Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is Dr. Muhammad Shafiq, lecturer of philosophy at Department of Islamic and Pakistan Studies, Gust. The course I'm teaching is called Introduction to Logic, and its course code is PHI 101. This is lecture number 25, and today's topic is disjunctive statements. So we are going to have a detailed look into what our disjunctive statements are. The outline of today's lecture comprises on these topics. The first one we are going to look into is what are the disjunctive statements. Then what are the types of disjunctive statements. Nature and characteristics of disjunctive statements. Rules of disjunctive statements. And the truth value of disjunctive statements. Now, if you remember, while discussing what is a proposition and what are the different kinds of proposition, we discussed it in detail. What is disjunctive proposition, or what is a disjunctive statement? Disjunction or disjunctive propositions or statements are those statements in which the phrase like either or in negative form, neither nor is used. For example, if I say either he is tall or he is brave, so this would be a disjunctive statement. And for this disjunction, the symbol we use in symbolic form is the symbol of wedge. It is a kind of compound statement or proposition which is connected by the words either or sometimes with simply just or. The component statements in disjunction are called disjuncts. Now, what are the types of disjunctive statements used in symbolic logic mainly? The first type of disjunctive statements are inclusive, while the second type of disjunction or disjunctive propositions exclusive disjunction. What is inclusive disjunction? So an inclusive disjunction uses the connected word either or sometimes perhaps both, sometimes simply just or. Now this is called inclusive disjunction because this is in the form of affirmative disjunction. For example, either Jake is sleeping or Robert is studying. Perhaps both. So it's J wedge R. When perhaps both is not written, it's written like either Jake is sleeping or Robert is studying. Now let's see what are the rules in inclusive disjunction. The rules in inclusive disjunction are, when used in symbolic logic, while using truth table as a technique to check the validity of our arguments. So in truth table, the rules of inclusive disjunction says the first one, at least one disjunct is true is equal to true. There is only one case where it can be false, and that is if both of the disjuncts are false. It uses either or, either of the disjunct is possible. Let's have a look at the truth table. So we have a column for proposition P, then we have a column for proposition Q, and then we have separate column for P wedge Q. Now in first column, we always put like 2 T's and 2 F's, while in second column, we put 1 T, 1 F, and 1 P, 1 F, if there are only 2 symmetries. So, if both disjuncts are false, then the whole disjunction would be false. Otherwise, in 3 cases, the disjunction would be considered true. Now, let's have a look at exclusive disjunction. Again, the phrase it's used is either or, but not both. Disjunctive symbol is wedge, and the example is either John is singing or he is dancing, but not both. So it's P wedge Q. P says John is singing, while Q says he is dancing. It is symbolized as either John is singing or he is dancing, but not both, such as John is singing is equal to P, but is equal to dot, that is conjunction. Q, he is not dancing. So there is another symbol for not, that is curl or tilde, and dot for but. So either John is singing or he is dancing. P wedge Q. Both P and Q. And P wedge Q dot, not P dot Q. However, logicians use a more simplified symbol for the phrase, but not both. They use the V wedge underlined wedge to symbolize, but not both. That's the exclusive disjunction. Either John is singing or he is dancing, but not both. It can be symbolized as P wedge underlined Q, P or Q, but not P and Q. Either P or Q, but not both P and Q. Exclusive disjunction without but not both. Either John is sleeping or he's studying. That is to say, P or Q and not P and Q simply is equal to P wedge underlined Q. So what are the rules in exclusive disjunction? We have already looked into in the rules of inclusive disjunction, which says if both disjuncts are false, the full disjunctive statement would be false. Otherwise, in all these three cases, the disjunctive statement would be true. Now, what is the rules for exclusive disjunction? It is false if both disjuncts have the same truth value. What does it mean? We'll have a look. And it's true, one disjunct must be true and the other false. Let's have a look into table. So one column for P, other one for Q, and then P wedge underlined Q. So if both are true, P wedge underlined Q is false. If P is true, Q is false, that is equal to true. If P is false, Q is true, that is equal to true. And if both P and Q are false, then P wedge underlined Q would be considered false. So these are the rules of disjunction. Again, I would request you to reflect upon these rules, and at this point these seem to be very simple and quite easily understandable, but these are very much important to comprehend, because on later stage when we are using truth table to validate our arguments, to check the validity, then we need to know about all these symbols, because when the arguments are converted into symbolic form, then a minor mistake in these symbols would lead you to a wrong conclusion, and that would basically invalidate all of your arguments. So it is very much important to understand what are these symbols about, and what are the rules of these different symbols, what are the rules of conjunctive statements, what are the rules for disjunctive statements, and what are the different rules of different symbols. And after that, you will be able to properly understand and express your arguments in symbolic form, and then you will be able to test them through our truth tables. So this was the lecture about disjunctive statements today. I hope you understood it very well. If not, or if you have any questions, do fall back on these books, which are easily available in our library and also online. And if still you are not able to understand or comprehend anything, or if you want to make any comment, please do let me know before the start of next lecture, We can discuss it thoroughly and we will try to clarify your misunderstanding or confusions. So till then, take care and Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much.